Hi, everyone, and welcome to the demo walkthrough of OvationCXM's Journeys. Today, we're going to see how our latest Journeys release takes our already powerful Journey Orchestration solution to the next level, combining no-code journey building at scale, live collaboration, testing, end-to-end orchestration, and real-time analytics into a single workflow. We will also show you how OvationCXM's Journeys offers businesses granular control over both the customer experience and the internal employee experience at the same time, a unique capability unlike any other solution in the market today. But first, I'll go to introductions. My name is Nushin Khushu-Shahi, and I'm the Director of Product Marketing here at OvationCXM. And with me today is Alan Finlay, OvationCXM's Head of Product, who will be taking us on a tour of our enhanced Journey solution. So let's dive right in. Most organizations today are wired, both from an operational and technology standpoint, to be focused on customer interactions as the pathway to improved customer experiences. Yet many studies and surveys show that customers can have excellent individual interactions, but mediocre overall experiences. For example, imagine you are a bank and your merchant services customer is waiting to receive a new product from you. They want to follow up on how long it will take to get to them, so they come to your website as a first step. And it's a very well-designed website and it's easy to use, but it doesn't quite deliver the information they need. So then they call into your call center, where they are engaged with some extremely pleasant call center employees who are able to give them some information, but not a precise view into where their product is at that exact moment. When they get their delivery, everything arrives safely in a beautiful package, and now they have questions about using the product, so they must follow up with your very helpful support team to help them get up and running. At each of these points of interaction, the customer has a great individual experience and rates each touchpoint highly in the post-interaction survey. However, when it comes to the overall experience, it's pretty mediocre. The customer has had to take 4 different steps and likely repeat themselves along the way in order to complete a journey that could have been resolved in as little as 1 interaction if both the customer and the employee had access to the appropriate information on hand in the moment. To quote McKinsey, "Satisfactory touchpoints do not make a satisfactory journey." At the heart of this reality is the lack of transparency into the journey on the customer's end, as well as the silos around data, processes, and teams, both internal teams and across third-party organizations. OvationCXM's powerful CXM engine platform is built to organize, unify, and connect the dynamic experiences of your customers, employees, and partners from start to finish. No re-architecture required. Our powerful Journey solution is built to help rewire any and all businesses for journeys, not touchpoints, regardless of their current technology stack, processes, or functions. With our Journey solutions, businesses can dynamically orchestrate any number of journeys, see exactly where a customer is on their journey at any given moment, make real-time adjustments and exceptions, and analyze journey performance using real-time data. Until OvationCXM launched our foundational Journey solution, this comprehensive view of the end-to-end journey, including across third-party partners within a single workspace, was not available in the market. We've since taken our pioneering Journey solution and enhanced it to create a Journey orchestration solution that's unlike any other. I'll hand it over to my colleague, Alan, who will walk you through a demo of Journeys so that you can see it in action.
I'm excited to spend a few minutes talking about the new Journeys product. So what we're going to show today is the Journeys product, and it's how it helps you orchestrate customer journeys to deliver the exceptional experiences that you're going for. And like Nushin mentioned, we're focused on how we can help you move from interactions and siloed interactions to journeys, holistic journeys that spans teams and even organizations to deliver those experiences. So while we currently have a Journeys product in market and we are orchestrating thousands of journeys every month, we built a new version of the Journeys product from the ground up that is leaps and bounds ahead of where the current one currently is. So in addition to architecture changes focused on performance, reliability, and scale, there's a number of major updates to how we think about orchestrating journeys that I'll walk through in the demo. So first, we introduced a new organizational hierarchy. Our current product is pretty high level. It focuses on stages, major milestones across a journey. And the new one is much more granular. We added 3 levels of hierarchy from stages, steps, and activities, which I'll cover in the demo. Next, we separated out work streams. So there's a customer work stream and an internal work stream. They're very connected. They sync the whole way, but it gives you more granular control over ownership and visibility as you on both sides of the spectrum as you go through a journey. Next, we added a drag and drop no code journey builder. We brought all the components from communications to automations to tasks. We put it all in one place where anyone, even non-technical people, can build, update journeys and deploy them in the matter of minutes. And then finally, we introduced new version controls. So you can easily iterate on journeys and constantly improve them. I mean, one of the big challenges we see with journey mapping today, it's that people treat it like a one-time exercise. You do the map, you create a PDF, you send it to the tech team, they code it up, and that's what it is. You can't easily iterate on it and improve, because on day 2, you're going to want to change something because there's something you missed that you actually learned from customers going through it. So we built it in a way where everything has detailed versions where you can make tweaks every single day without disrupting anybody currently in a journey. So I'll cover all that as we dive right into the demo. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so what we see here is our new Journeys product. So inside our CXM engine, you navigate to Journeys, and you're greeted with all the journeys that you have created so far. Some might be drafts, some might be published. You can see how many customers are in each of these journeys across all the versions. But today we're going to dive into building a journey. What does that process look like? How do you take it from nothing to something? So I'll go ahead and create a new journey. We'll use a sample deployment journey, which involves some hardware shipping as well. So I create the journey, and I land on this blank screen. And you'll notice you have these 2 work streams here. On the left side, you have the customer work stream. On the right side, you have an internal work stream. And as we build this journey, you'll see how the journey constantly moves between the 2. It's the above the line, below the line. You need to coordinate with the customer at all times, give them visibility into what's happening, maybe without giving them every detail of all the internal workings that your teams are going through. So let's go ahead and start building out this journey. First thing I'm going to do is add a stage. Stages are the highest level of hierarchy that we have. Think of stages like a major milestone or a major section of a journey. A journey may only have 3, 4, 5 stages from beginning to end, because within each stage you can have steps and activities. So here, our first stage is we need to review the application that was submitted. Make sure we have all the data and we have everything we need before we start onboarding the account. So I'm going to create a review application stage and save that. And now within that stage, I'm going to add a step. A step is a group of activities usually owned by the same team or accomplishing the same goal that's owned by either the internal or the customer side. So I'm going to add a step here. I'll drag it over and give it a name. First thing we want to do in this step is review the boarding notes from the application. Go ahead and save that. And now within a step, you add activities. So I want to add an activity, one being an internal task. I need to have the team, the onboarding team, review the submission notes and notate any important comments related to this deployment that might come up. So here we're creating a task, giving it a name, a description, and you can see we're assigning it to the onboarding team. So we'll see as we go through this journey, you can have multiple teams working on a common journey and everything is orchestrated into one place. You can even assign it to a specific user if you want, or give it a due date if you want to progress through specific SLAs as you go through it. But for this, we'll just say we're going to put this into the onboarding queue. When they get to it, they will address reviewing the notes. So we'll save this task. And then let's go ahead and add another step. But this time, I want to update the customer. I want to let them know that we received the application. We are reviewing it. Things look good. So I'm going to move this from an internal step to a customer-facing step. I'm going to name it. I'm going to send a confirmation email and go ahead and save that step. So inside that step, I'm going to do an automated email. So I'm going to add an automation for my application received email. And I'm going to select my email from my list of emails that I've set up. And here you see that once the task is complete, where the onboarding team confirms that they've reviewed the application, it automatically triggers the next step, which is send the customer an email letting them know that things are progressing nicely. Great, let's go ahead and save that. So that's our first stage, reviewing the application. I'm going to add another stage here. This one I'm going to call the account setup. And one thing I'll call out that you'll notice is that every stage and step have both public names and internal names. That's because internally, you might know that you need to do a VAR request and an ACH setup, but the customer might have no idea what that means. So to them, you can just call it account setup. So you can create this easy to digest kind of version of a journey that the customer is going to experience without having them learn all your internal logo and teams and all the details of what's going on behind the curtain. So let's go ahead and save that step. We'll add that stage. We'll add a step here. I'm going to do two things in this stage. I need to build the processor file, and I need to add ACH to the account. So first, we're going to add a step for building the processor file. And again, you'll see how internally I call it start building the processor file, but you can give it a bit more friendly name to the customer, building your processing account, things that they might understand. So we'll save that. We will add a task. This time it's going to be for the boarding team to build the file. And then once that is done, I want to add an automation to automatically append the date the file was completed onto the customer profile. So anywhere, even outside this journey, they can come back and reference the date of when this file was complete, so they can track that in the future. Okay, that's good for that step. Let's add one more step to build the ACH add the ACH to the account. So we'll save that. I'm going to again add a task. This time my task is going to the operations team. So at this point, we've already coordinated between 3 separate internal teams just to get to this phase of this journey. So everybody's on the same page. We all share common visibility, including the customer of where this is at. And like I mentioned, these tasks can span organizational boundaries as well. You could sync it to your partner's Salesforce instance. They could check the task off in Salesforce, and that would update your journey back in CXM Engine. So I added that task to the operations team. Again, I'm going to save the date with an automation, add that date to the account, save it, and we have completed our second stage. So at this point, I'm going to zip forward. I'm not going to go through building every single point. I just wanted to show you how easy that is. So I'll fly through. We do the installation. We confirm the installation. We do the setup. We do the scheduling. We finalize, send the welcome kit. We close out the onboarding. We create a case for our operations team to call down, and journey feels pretty good. It's done. I'm happy with what I created. So now I have a draft of my journey, and I want to go publish it. So a couple things first. As you're building, you can always minimize things. If you want to hide things from view, you can shrink them down, see just the stages or just the steps to get the right level of view, or expand specific stages that you're working on. But let's go ahead and maximize that out. And I'm going to publish this journey. So with one click, go ahead and publish it. Confirms you're ready to go because this will go live, and we're live. Customers can now enter this journey, whether you add them manually or they can enter through an automation. They could enter through an API call. However you want the customers to join this journey, they can now start joining. And even if you made a mistake, you want to change it, you can still go ahead and edit it, and we'll automatically create new versions that will get automatically updated and appended as you go. And we'll track the differences between those versions so you can make sure that you are constantly improving and making your journeys better with every iteration, from learning from the data and the actual customer actions. So that wraps up the quick journey builder demo. I know that was a lot in just a couple minutes, but I'll pause there for a minute. And before I hand it back to you, Nasheen, maybe I'll just hit on one more thing. As you can see on the screen, what I showed you is that we have a drag and drop journey builder with no code. You can create the hierarchy of stages, steps, and activities. One thing I didn't show, but is possible, is you can clone a journey. So once you're done with your journey, you can clone it. Say a different customer segment is slightly different. You want to change the language or change the order of operations for a VIP or SMB customer segment. We have an easy clone and update functionality. I showed you how you can assign tasks and trigger automations across teams, departments, or even across organizations. How we have separate work streams for the customer and internal to provide just the right visibility to the customer, to keep them updated on what's going on. And finally, how you can leverage versions to constantly iterate and improve on your journey as you learn from the data and watching the customers actually use it in action. And so one last thing I'll note here, on the right-hand side, you see a timeline of a journey. So every journey you create generates a customer-facing timeline of that journey. So at any point in time, a customer can see exactly where they are in the journey, what comes next, what they need to do, what's happening behind the scenes, which can dramatically reduce the number of calls and questions you get from not only the customer, but from sales teams, other internal teams. And this timeline is universally available to whoever needs it. Before we go, I'll just talk a little bit about where we're going with journeys. So on the roadmap, a couple things that we're focused on right now. First, adding new activities. So you saw examples of automations and tasks. The next activity we'll be adding is forms. So what if you want to capture data from your customers in the context of a journey. They'll be able to submit forms, whether they're long or micro forms. That data will be appended to the journeys, and that will progress the journey as those forms get completed. API calls, third-party connectors. You'll be able to trigger API calls from a journey activity, or have a third-party API call trigger updates inside a journey. So, for example, somebody logs into your portal for the first time. You might want that to be an activity that progresses a journey and triggers the welcome email, for example. We're going to be adding reminders onto different parts of the journey. So if something is stuck, you can automatically give a nudge, whether that's an email or an SMS or an in-app notification, to keep the journey progressing. Shipping. So if you ship hardware for a deployment, or an RMA on a broken piece of hardware, integrating shipping into these journeys gives a lot of visibility without forcing the customer to go to multiple places to get updates. And that's just a handful. There's a whole host of more activities that we're going to be adding on to the Journeys product this year. Journey Manager is the next thing we'll be adding here. Is we saw the Journey Builder, and we'll do a demo on this in the next video, but the Journey Manager will give teams and team leads and supervisors a place to go to get the granular insight into everything going on with their journey. How many customers are in it? Exactly what stage, step, and activity are they in? How long have they been there? Are they in there longer than at the average customers in that stage? Do I need to engage with them to help them? Are they blocked? So the Journey Manager is going to surface a lot of those insights to your teams to help understand and unblock anybody that's stuck in the journey. And then finally, Customer Portal. You can take all these different components, these tasks, these activities, these notifications, these forms, and give them a home that can be embedded inside where your customers already go. This is what we're calling our Customer Portal. It's going to be fully private label, brandable, customizable, so it looks and feels just like your application, but will take just a few clicks to set up and work off the shelf in a flexible way. So that's it for me on Journeys, what we're releasing right now, what's coming soon. So Nasheen, thanks for the time. Let me talk through that and I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Alan. That was an incredible overview. I'm so excited to see this release. And what I really love, apart from everything you've described, is how teams can actually use journeys to both inform and act on ongoing journey mapping efforts so that sessions can become dynamic and efficient versus how they currently are for most organizations, which is pretty static, because you can work through all the elements of your customers and your team's journeys, collaborate in real time, capture all these stages that you've agreed on and the steps and the automations required, and input them directly just to publish in a matter of minutes. No calls to IT, no specialized training. It's really quite incredible. With this solution, I can absolutely see how businesses will move smarter and faster and just do so much more with what they have, especially in the sort of competitive environment and challenging economic times that we live in. I want to take a moment to end today with a customer story, just to quickly share how real clients are using OvationCXM to create cohesive customer journeys that drive business results. So KeyBank is one such customer. As part of their ongoing digital transformation efforts, they began partnering with an ecosystem of fintechs to innovate faster and meet the dynamic needs of their customers. In order to ensure that their small business customers receive the high quality of service that they're known for, KeyBank partnered with OvationCXM to aggregate all their sources of data and connect them across systems, streamline case management, deliver knowledge to agents in real time, and load balance work assignments. KeyBank was able to get up and running with OvationCXM very quickly and saw staggering results in a very short period of time, including a 75% improvement in service visibility, a 25% reduction in call volume, 60% increase in customer satisfaction, 50% increase in employee satisfaction, and a 10% increase in overall revenue improvement. KeyBank continues to partner with OvationCXM to create streamlined experiences that improve business performance. And you can learn more about the work we did with KeyBank in our published case study, which you can find in the resources section of our website at ovationcxm.com/resources. Here we have a quote from John Briggs, just speaking to the efforts that we've had together. And if you are interested as a next step, If you are curious about how journeys can help you see significant results, we recommend that you book a personalized demo with our team, who will learn more about your specific needs and guide you on how to use journeys to help you meet your goals. It's easy to do. Again, you just go to our website at OvationCXM.com and request a demo there. While you are there, we have a ton of free resources and great content for you to explore as you learn more. So I really encourage you to take the time to do just that. If you are interested in our journey solution, but you're not quite sure where to start with the journey mapping process itself, we've got you covered. We offer journey mapping consultation services with our in-house experts who are extremely seasoned and who have decades of combined experience helping organizations unlock insights and untapped opportunities through the journey mapping process. You can learn more about these services on our website. Again, I've linked it out here, but you can go to OvationCXM.com, hover on platform and click on journey mapping services to book a 30-minute introductory call. Our customers consistently attest to the value that they've received from these services, so I encourage you to look at it. On behalf of the entire OvationCXM team, we just want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you again for your time, Alan. It's an incredible solution. Stay tuned for more, everyone, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.